G'day everybody, Simon here, Explosive Action, going on another shopping trip into the city. This episode of Explosive Action is brought to you by Blacksound Records. Blacksound Records is a record store located in Melbourne, Australia, specialising in underground metal, punk, noise, experimental and everything in between. Blacksound offers fast and free delivery options across Australia, New Zealand and the world. Explosive Action viewers can get 5% off their first order using the code EXPLOSIVE05 at checkout. But before we do that, I'm going to stop at the local bakery. Got some great cakes and pies and things here. Going to get something savoury and something sweet for later. And a coffee, of course. And it seems an appropriate time to remind you, while the train is coming in, you could join the channel for 99 cents a month, help support the channel, and see videos earlier than everyone else. Into the Vinnies now. That's one of the local op shops, or thrift shops. Behind this ceramic elephant we see a very power metal looking thing, Petra on Fire. I looked it up though, and it is a late 80s Christian AOR band. Pass. Take a look on the DVD shelf now, not much sticking out, but the Shaolin Drunk Monkey had a very cool cover. This is a very cheap local release, but a Godfrey Ho film? Colour me tempted. And some Stephen King here, sometimes they come back and riding the bullet. Didn't pick them up, but nice to see them in the shop. And into Egg Records. I need to get some new outer sleeves for my records today. As well as that, we'll take a look. And look at this. We have a BC Rich Kerry King guitar. It's got 5 more strings than it needs, but nice to see. And in the metal records, we have Force Field. A very metal looking cover. It is unfortunately not any of the Force Fields that is on the Metal Archives. This is a rock band. As we go past the wrestling figures, we are going to enter Repressed Records and pick up my standing order. On the racks here we have the new Phrenolith album, fantastic, the new Pissgrave, amazing, and the new Caustic Wound, one I'm picking up today. We'll take a flick through the racks here and see what things may have changed. Disciples of Power, it's been here before, but I do need to pick something up from them. And here's the Caustic Wound. This copy is coming home with me. Great death grind. And the new Corpus Offal. This is the new band from Cerebral Rot members. Filthy and nasty ugly death metal. Incinerated. This is another MSUO grind band. I do need to pick that up at some point. And that Pissgrave. Amazing to see this kind of thing in a shop. Local Boys Pustulence. And Sepulchral Curse. I don't know these guys. It's a new signing on Dark Descent. I'll have to investigate them. Tribunal. Never heard of this, but it is Gothic Doom Metal on $20 spin. Into the used metal bin, and I found this Abhor release, one that I needed. Absolutely fantastic find, split with Abysmal Grief. Definitely coming home with me. Now we're going to check out a brand new record shop, Tengu Records. Apparently they focus on Japanese imports. So we're going to take a look through this new shop and the racks. And of course they have a metal section, but not only, they have a black and death metal section with some thrash here. We got some Slayer, but we got local guys Grenade. $15, that's a pretty good deal. Bathory, Destroyer of Worlds, $100, must be an original. Nagaroth, Black Metal is Krieg, $100 on that. 2004 pressing was tempting. It's a gatefold. Slayer picture disc. Merciful Fate live bootleg, but an old bootleg from back in the day. This is another Slayer bootleg. Bunch of remixes from Rain and Blood. Decade of Aggression, the live album. And some picture discs. Haunt. Saxon. Bit of Judas Priest and Black Sabbath, the usual things you would find in a standard metal section. Not too sure what that is. Someone's dumped their Darkane. Velvet Viper. Opera 9, surprising thing to see. Sorcerer, some kind of power metal band, I think. Japanese press, Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Brute Force, compilation here of some older bands. Collectible section had some OG Black Sabbath. Some Ozzy Osbourne. And more Judas Priest. Iron Maiden Killers. 7 inches sections brimming with goodness here. We have Sadistic Execution Suspirial Demo. It's a later reissue. Nice to see. Some more Grenade behind it. And this incredibly rare Goat Semen and Levither, I think the name of the band is. That's a hard one to find. Boltac shows up everywhere. More Judas Priest. We have a Sabbath with Unpure split, looking good. Couldn't quite work out who this is, looks like a hardcore split. More Grenade, great cover. Nomenclature Diablerie, this is apparently a Sadistic Execution pre-band from the 80s. Anatomy, Alice Cooper, The Rods, all kinds of stuff in the 7s. Including this Metal Hammer free EP, it's got Zentrix on it. In the new arrivals was this Hellhammer Apocalyptic Raids picture disc. Checked out young mate here doing a bit of a busking, playing some Guns N' Roses. In the JB Hi-Fi, check out some of the films, 20% off sale on at the moment. And I had my eye on a trilogy of films which we're going to have a look at quickly. That is the Butcher's films, parts 1, 2 and 3. Don't know much about these, except for that they're fairly modern backwards horror things, so I'm keen to check them out when the price is right, and that's today. And Black Cab, brand new Shutter release here with Nick Frost. Happy to pick that one up for 20% off as well. Crocodile Swarm with a great cover like that and runtime of 72 minutes. That one nearly came home with me. I saved my donut for the trip home. So let's take a look at the things that I did pick up today. Didn't grab anything from the new record shop Tengu Records, but I think you'll agree, some good stuff in there and definitely one to keep an eye on. But I picked up my order from Repressed, and yeah, very happy to get the new Corpus Offal release here. This is their, I don't even know the name of the damn thing. Is it self-titled? We'll just go with self-titled. I don't even know if it had a name of an album, but anyway, it's the new one from Corpus Offal, which, if you have been paying attention, is the replacement band for Cerebral Rot. They did a demo tape last year, demo 2024, 2 tracks, which is really good, really promising. These 2 tracks do appear on this album. I mean, as I said, like it's a continuation, it's a replacement for Cerebral Rot. I think 3/4 of the band came across. Don't really know what the story was there. I mean, it's 90% similar stuff. Like, if you like Cerebral Rot, you're going to like this. I think the difference here is it might be a little bit cleaner, a bit sharper. It's not quite approaching. Okay, it is approaching, but it's not quite hitting like the production of, say, the new Undeath album. But they're definitely getting in that ballpark. Like, they're on $20 spin here, spending probably a bit more money, and it's definitely sharper and cleaner. It's not ugly and toilet. You know, Cerebral Rot was really down there and filthy. This is still filthy. It's just a bit more polished. I don't want to say polished turd because that gives the wrong impression. I think you know where I'm going with this. But anyway, it's good stuff. Very hooky, very groovy, and yeah, getting all the raves. I like the artwork on it too. Their logo is, I'm in two minds. I understand it's a difference from Cerebral Rot. Cerebral Rot had that dripping, sort of ugly, gooey logo. This thing is very sharp and almost deathcore, and that was what was putting me off for a couple of seconds there. But it does work, so I'll give them that. They chose not to use it at the top there. This actually makes it look more like a later Bloodduster album or something. But yeah, cool stuff. And when you take a look inside, there's the LP. We'll get to in a sec, and the lyrics there with all the gooey sort of fleshy stuff going on, and they keep that going on the inside of the jacket, which is really nice. So the whole thing is a fleshy, gooey mess, as you would expect when you have cerebral rot members involved. Yep, there's the record. It's on black. Transported the hype sticker across. Self-titled, it is self-titled debut from Corpus Awful on Barbed Black Mass. There you go. There are some color options, but yeah, just went with the black because that's what they had it repressed, and yeah, I like black. So yeah, going to give this more spins. Haven't played the record so far. I've had the promo for a little bit of time. When the promo arrived, I got about 20 other things, so it's not had its fair spins yet, and I'm looking forward to popping this on the turntable and getting filthy with Corpus Awful. Great stuff. The next one we've got here picked up the Caustic Wound, and I kind of forgot a little bit about this band. Their first album I've only got on tape. I don't know why that happened. Well, I've got it on tape. I would prefer it on record, but it's now out of print. I'll get it one day. But I kind of forgot about the band. There are connections between Corpus Awful and Caustic Wound. I believe it's the same guitarist that plays in this band. But then the rest of Caustic Wound are all from Mortiferum or Mortiferum, however you want to say it. I think it's Mortiferum, who are a bit more sluggish and doomy death metal. It's just a really ugly death metal band. Caustic Wound is kind of like their galvanizer version of Mortiferum. It is the grindcore, the death grind. It's still really heavy. It's very bottom end, but yeah, like Galvanizer from Finland do that really just bottom end heavy death grind. Obviously pays all your notes to Repulsion and Carcass and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, real heavy sound to it. Only played this one online. Haven't got a promo. Played this one online just to make sure it was going to be up my alley, and of course it is. Made it 2 tracks in. It went, oh, I'll just pick it up. Yeah, short, tight songs. We've got 16 tracks here on Profound Law. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to be spinning for sure. Take a look inside. We get the lyrics. There you go. Red and black. And thanks list. I like the artwork on this, and it's not that dissimilar. This is like the color version of the first album. Like they've both got this sort of skull or a decayed face or whatever. This is more like the version 2.0 of the first album. Grinding Mechanism of Torment, and it totally is. Yeah, just on black. Nothing exciting. But yeah, particularly keen about getting into this one. Pop that back in. Yeah, good stuff here. Caustic Wound with people from Mortiferum and Corpus Awful. So good stuff. Be checking that one out. And they're the two I walked in there knowing I was picking up. But this one was what I found on the used section. I was thrilled. This is the one LP from Abhor that I still needed. There's a few more albums from the band, but so far CD only. Got to play the waiting game on that. They'll come on LP at some point. Like Iron Bonehead, they reissue all this junk, but this is not an Iron Bonehead. This who put this thing out? I don't know. I'm not totally sure who put this thing out. Maybe we'll find out when we get inside. I don't think it's Iron Bonehead though. But I've always loved this cover. This was the first thing from Abhor that I saw, just an image. But then, ironically, it's the last one I'm picking up. It's the Legion Occulta. Legion Occulta. And it is a split with Abysmal Grief. Abysmal Grief, who is also an Italian band. Abhor, an Italian. Yeah, we'll go back there. If you don't know them, Abhor, an Italian. It's a black metal band, but they're on that kind of ancient sounding, early Greek sounding stuff, early Czech sounding stuff. That's where Abhor fit. They've been around for a long time. This is 2019 split, but the band's been going since the mid 90s. Demos for a while and then getting into albums. But this split, yeah, with Abysmal Grief, they are also an Italian band. They list themselves as Doom Band, and this is the only thing I've heard from them. I did check out a sample online on the strength of this to see what's this band like, and it seems they're It depends where you enter in with them. Like their very early stuff seems to be a bit more on the it just pure doom, and I hear clean vocals, kind of typo negative kind of stuff. Other material, including this, it's getting a bit more black and doom, the more growly vocals. But it's a really good pairing with Abhor because they've both got the sort of weird off kilter keyboards and very chamber and occult sounding keys. They've both got that kind of thing going on. Um, Two tracks from Abhor, just the one from Abysmal Grief. It's a lengthy track, and the first half is just building up with synth and that kind of thing, and it takes ages to get to the actual music. But I think they've done that intentionally. We'll take a look in here. You get there's the Abysmal Grief side. It's one track. It's in three parts though: resignation, acceptance, and integration on Ministerium Diaboli. There you go. That's the name of the track. It's 13 minutes 17 in three parts. There's the band there looking very evil priest kind of thing going on there. Old mate here is looking like Dave's slave. Absolutely, totally is. And there's Abhor here, very occult, but in the backyard. And I love that look. That's so good. So the label is what? Venom Sabati. Venom Sabati. Never heard of them. A Venom Sabati production of excellent quality. Hear the difference. Something out of like 1971 LPs. And yeah, just the on black. So there you go. Looking forward to giving this one a proper spin. But it was, like I said, the last vinyl available that I needed from Abhor. And it's also a chance for me to dip my toes into Abysmal Grief. They've got quite the discography. They've been around almost as long as Abhor, since sort of the mid-late 90s. And going to give them both another spin here. Good stuff on this. Surprising find in the used section. Very cool. And I also got from Repressed a CD. Now, I did hope to get this on LP, the Ancient Death first full length here. That LP sold out worldwide so quick. I think mostly went on pre-order. I have seen one copy make its way into Utopia Records, but they're asking quite a bit for it. So I didn't go for that. I happily went for the CD because I've got their first EP on CD as well. So not like I'm breaking the format chain or anything there. I've got one on CD. I'll have two on CD. That's fine. Who knows? I might break down and get an LP eventually when it's reissued. But at this moment, happy with this. And this, I tell you, this one, Ego Dissolution, the first one from them. Mark my words, this thing's going to blow up a bit over the year now that this is out. They are sort of a dark, twisted death metal band in the Chasm style. Bit of Time Ghoul in there, obviously some Morbid Angel. It's definitely in that kind of style. I love it. I've been playing the promo for a while. Lots of weird, sharp turns, and it explores all over the place. It is a huge improvement over the EP. EP was really good. Got that one cheap. This album, man, I'm going to start seeing this one pop up, I think, on lists pretty early. If we do a halfway to the year wrap up on Heavy Metallurgy, at this point, this is going to be in that 10. So good. On Profound Law, but like I said, the LP sold incredibly quick. Just the CD. There's the inner booklet. We'll take that out, have a look. I like the artwork. It's kind of familiar in that sort of very late 90s, like a version of an early 90s artwork, but done through Photoshop and in like a 1999 style. Big eyeballs and things. I don't know. I just like it. It's cool. There's the band. Awesome. Pretty sure that's the Multifrum shirt that I've got. Ripakulu shirt there. Bit of Ripakulu in the band, I'd say. Good stuff here from Ancient Death. So, mad happy to have this one. And of course, I went to JB and picked up some films as well, because they had the 20% off sale. And I picked up Black Cab, brand new release here. I really do enjoy the Shudder originals. For me, they're more hit than they miss. I don't know what it is. I just get in a good mood when I'm watching Shudder original films, and I like to buy them on Blu-ray. I don't have a Shudder subscription. I just get the films when they come out. But yeah, Nick Frost, big fan of Nick Frost. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, that's where you'll know him from. And he's always had a very dark humor to him. So to see him as like this, nasty cab driver or whatever this is going to turn out to be, I'm happy. I'm in. When Anne and Patrick hail a black cab after a night out, black cab is the British sort of just taxi service. Their driver is chatty, jovial even, but they are in no mood to talk. In fact, the couple is barely on speaking terms, that is, until they realize the driver has no intention of taking them home. Locked in the cab with no means of escape, the driver transports the couple to a stretch of deserted, supposedly haunted road. What is his purpose? Is he mad or just plain evil? Why has he selected Anne and Patrick as his victims? Don't know, but we're going to find out. We put this one on black cab. Sounds like it could be quite claustrophobic, just set mostly in the cab. We'll find out. But yeah, good stuff. Edgy and disturbing Nick Frost is diabolical. I'm sure he is. And I also wanted to pick these up. Now, I've heard decent things about the first film, but really, I think just the premise of these three things, and I've missed this kind of stuff, the wrong turn kind of films, and they were cheap, and I don't know, Butchers, There Is No Way Out, Butchers, Book 2, Raghorn, and Butchers, Book 3, Bonesaw. I don't know. These things, their covers, everything just spoke to me and said, you need this crap in your collection. And yeah, why not? The first one, Butchers, when did this come out? 2023, like they're rapid fire. 2023, 24, 25, one a year. The book 3 is just dropped, so getting it on the sale already, good stuff. Destroy the seed of evil or it will grow up to your ruin. 1998, after the death of their mother, brothers Owen and Oswald Watson are two vicious men left to their own devices in the back country. Backwoods hillbilly horror, here we go. Their twisted fetishes and lust for violence blossom when strangers wander into their dark realm, and soon the cleavers are chopping up fresh meat for flesh-eating creature that got locked up with them. Of course they do. Butchers. Then Book 2, Raghorn, so supposedly your butchers are going to survive, follows a family of sadistic butchers living in the backcountry who see anyone who crosses their path as dead meat. When a car accident leaves the victims in the hands of these brutal cannibals, they find themselves in a waking nightmare from which there is no escape. That sounds a bit more hack and slash, but look at the photos on the back there. Got the old deer, the moose head. Yeah, this is just gonna. Is it the same director each time? It is, I think. Was it Adrian Langley? Yeah, Adrian Langley all the way through it. Book 2, Raghorn. Book 3, Bonesaw. Love the saw. Hope we get it. 3 women find themselves being hunted by a vicious killer who slaughters people and hacks them up in his abattoir van. These are starting to sound disconnected, but anyway. While a clever sheriff pieces together the clues he's leaving behind. Limbs will be severed, heads will roll as anyone in his path, innocent or guilty, will find themselves the jagged edge of his bonesaw. These do read as if they're disconnected, so maybe it's all just, Book 3, different books, maybe butchers, there are different types of butcher. That's fine. That means you can judge each film on its own merit, and doesn't matter if one of them's less good than the other, then you get a whole new chance each time. So we will see. From Grimehouse Production, that's great. Looking very sleazy as well. So yeah, as I've always said on here, it is difficult to get an R rating in Australia. High impact horror themes, horror violence, horror violence, horror violence. Most things default, as you would see, as an MA out here, which strong horror themes, but you're tipping it over the edge to get an R. So yeah, I'm going to check these out. 90 minutes, 88 minutes, 102 minutes on the third one. But definitely doesn't seem like they're overstaying their welcome. As for me, maybe I am overstaying my welcome, and I'm going to say goodbye. Yes, I'm going to bid you all adieu. That's the end of this video, and I hope you all enjoyed coming on the shopping trip with me, checking out the new record store, going through the usual haunts, checking out some DVDs and Blu-rays along the way. And yeah, I had a good time. I hope you did too. That cockatoo squawking in the background, if you can hear it, he's having a good time as well. Make sure you like and subscribe. Consider joining the channel, 99 cents a month. Helps me out, helps the channel. And otherwise, check out this guy. Check out this guy. And I'll see you next time.